Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Stock Market Morning Prep video for Friday, June 12th. Well, it looks like that the markets are trading off of the Greece headlines once again. This is going now, I believe, 5 years or so. Greece has been trying to establish some sort of a deal, and they keep kicking the can down the road. And this is just frustrating to a lot of traders, because we all know that Greece is not paying their debt. And if they do, it's going to be way, way out there with long, lengthy talks, installment plans. And, you know, the markets rallied a couple days ago. Yesterday's price action was terrible. And here's the 10-minute chart. I just wanted to show you, this is what we're dealing with here. You know, we opened up sideways. We pulled a little bit, and we went sideways. We opened up on the Greece news that there was Germany was considering some sort of a staggered installment deal. That rallied straight up literally for about an hour and a half. We went sideways all day. We gapped up a little bit. We pulled back, and that pullback never even had any sort of a bounce. That was pretty much it. So markets are in a range, really confused, I would believe, not knowing which way and what direction to take. The longer-term trend weekly charts look great. They are intact. Daily charts are a mess. They are absolutely a mess. We haven't gone anywhere since January. Pretty much, believe it or not, since November of 2014, we haven't gone anywhere. We went sideways, we gapped up a little bit, then we went sideways for many weeks, and now we're doing the same. So we're just kind of gyrating up and down, and it seems to be the news algorithms. They come in and they push the markets up for an hour or push the markets down straight with no pullback or pause, so you can get in and have a higher probability entry than just closing your eyes and getting long on the rip up or on a sell-off lower. So that's not really trading, and it's frustrating to a lot of people, and I absolutely could feel the pain. However, you have to stick with the course, stick with your trend. The trend is your friend, and right now the trend still remains up, but with a lot of cracks in the walls, if you will. So let's keep that in mind. I like some of the bullish price action in the Russell. I don't like the transports, as I've been saying that for weeks. NASDAQ really got hurt. I like the way the banks caught a bid, because we have higher yields that are rising, helping the banks. That's going to eventually, with bonds breaking down, that's going to definitely, you're going to see money work its way into equities. And also down the road, and I mean in the next few months, you have to watch the home builders. Home builders and banks, something that I really want to keep an eye on going into like the late summer months, going into the fourth quarter. I want to see the market pull back a little bit. I want to see the market correct, kind of reset its overbought readings and the momentum indicators on the longer term charts, like on the weekly charts. Now remember, I showed you the weekly charts a few days ago, and we're on that long term trend line. Now remember, the weekly charts has plenty of room to run. I just want to show this to you. You can see we've held beautifully, but remember, guys, going into the 205 area, that would be 2000, let's say 2005 in the ES, you're talking 95, 90 S&P points, and we would still be bullish. So that's what I'm talking about as far as some sort of a pullback. Get at least to this line, maybe dip lower, and then see where we go from there. But remember, this is a long-term trend line from October of 2012. So this still remains bullish, and actually can still be bullish. And even if we hit this line here, we'd still make in a higher low from this previous low, okay, back in October. So, you know, let's steer the course. I know it's difficult, but let's go through the daily charts now, the S&P. You can see this is a big mess here. We really didn't go anywhere late yesterday. We had one big move up, took 3 days of down days. We kind of alleviated the bearish price action, but now we're back at this upper end of the channel again, and we're into this apex. We really need to see where this market's going to be headed. We had some negative headlines again coming out of Greece this morning, and now the S&P futures, the Globex session is down 7 1/4 handle. So markets have no memory. They're diving back and forth here. So let's see where we go today, guys. Like I said, I really do think I think that this doji candle here is going to be a really important low, and that comes in at 2080 in the ES futures contract. So 2080 is going to be a big number, or 207.75. Watch that low if we decide to really break down again. Okay, that's going to be a big low here. I think from there the markets start to pull back and then maybe even go down even further than just a normal standard pullback. Diamonds, you could see, took back about 4 days worth of gains, got back above the 20 and the 50, and then now we just have this little hangman here. So let's see if we can build on this, or we start to roll back again. All right, now that pullback still could be an orderly pullback and make a higher low from this previous low. And that's what I'm going to be watching. Do we make a higher low, or do we start to revert back to the downside? All right, again, news will trump the charts, guys, and everything is now hinging on what seems to be Greece. And I don't understand why, but you know, traders like to trade off the news, and right now that's the only thing that's happening is the news. So is Greece. So that's what we're going to be watching. Transports, IYT, ETF, you can see here, only right to the 20. Very, very bad price action. Higher, lower low from here, lower low, lower low, lower low, and yet again another lower low. We need to break back up, or otherwise, again, we take this little interim low out here, you're going to see the market flush down to this low here, okay? And that's not going to be good for the markets. I think that's what's going to need to happen in order for us to get a decent pullback. Remember, the pullback is actually going to be very healthy when and if this does happen. I do see something like this in the cards, and I do see something like this happening, and I can keep mentioning in the next couple of weeks. I think the markets are jittery, and I think the markets are just kind of really hanging in there with 1 foot on the ledge. So I'm going to be extra cautious on my trades. I think that we need to really just kind of hold off and see where we go. Be specific in your entries and your exits, and make sure you put your stops in place. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll speak to you on Monday. Take care.